Yeah, we've been working hard on it for the last several weeks. It'll be the first time that the league is expanded by 2 teams. It may be in its history, certainly it's a Tier 1 property. It's a combination of there will be a draft of players in the league. Players will be exposed by the teams and will be drafted by the 2 teams in order. There is then they get priority status in the entry draft, which occurs every year, and as well as top status in the futures draft. And then the 4th piece of it is that they'll have the opportunity to have tenders, that is to say to offer something that's only the expansion teams have, and that's the ability of outside the draft to find 6 players each whom they'd like to be able to offer the opportunity to play. And so it's complicated. It involves a lot of moving parts, but it's good, and it's one of the reasons why it's good to have management experience in the ownership side from the Mervis's management as good as the Petalskis and Tim Taylor are, because there are a lot of moving parts to have to adjust along the way. But we feel comfortable. The policy in the league is that you have to be competitive the day the season starts. This is not the NBA where you're just given also-rans and asked to wait for 2 or 3 years and hope that things change. The notion is when they hit the ice next October, they're going to be good. They're going to be good enough to play competitively everywhere, and the notion is that they should be a playoff caliber team if all goes well. If it doesn't, then all 16 teams are in the same position as far as that goes.
As it sits today, I'll run the day-to-day operations at the facilities. Stacy will stay on as our marketing director, VP of operations. Tim Taylor will stay heavily involved in I don't know if we're not into the titles. Actually, I think Josh told us we could put a head of maintenance services or whatever we wanted on our business card. But we are staying involved, absolutely. We're very passionate about this town. We're very passionate about this sport. And this move is a big deal for all of us, including the Mervis family, Tim Taylor, and ourselves.
Let me reiterate. We wouldn't have come if they wouldn't have agreed to stay and help us.
We'd like to wrap up and go to the one-on-ones. Again, thank you to each and every one of you for being here. We are very excited about this. This is going to be a great thing for Muskegon, and I can tell you without hesitation, the product on the ice is unbelievable, and I'm a 9-year pro, so it's really good. So thanks again, and we'll go right to the one-on-ones. Thank you.
So I'm here with Stacy Petalski, who's one of the owners of the Lumberjacks, going to be managing the new Lumberjacks team. And Stacy, I know there's been a lot of flack going on. Is there something you would really like to tell the fans about this move?
It's going to be great hockey. I am a fan first and foremost. I come from being a fan. I had the same skeptical approach to this when I first heard the concept coming out about junior hockey and these young men coming to our town, and until I seen the product, I was sold. But before that, you probably couldn't have stood here and convinced me that it was going to be exciting hockey that would meet Muskegon's standards. But experiencing it, the fans are going to really enjoy and be really surprised at the level of hockey that they'll have coming at them. I mean, I couldn't imagine wanting to watch what I perceived as high school hockey, and it's nothing like high school hockey. It would be similar to taking Muskegon Big Reds and putting all Division I athletes on their team. That's pretty phenomenal football. This is going to be pretty phenomenal hockey.
Excellent to hear. So I take it this probably wasn't an easy decision for you guys to make. Yeah.
No, there wasn't a day where we woke up and said, you know, I really like the junior concept, and I think we're going to be juniors instead of this pro. I just don't like it. It was furthest from that. It was, how do we save pro hockey first? And we looked at all the options that were out there that would be viable for our market, and we realized there just wasn't anything out there viable for us to keep moving forward. And junior hockey became the next thing that would be viable for Muskegon and sustain 50 years of hockey in the future.
Sounds like you guys are excited.
We're excited about it. It takes a big burden off us having some great owners like this that have some capital to make some improvements in the facility, the facade, to bring more events into the arena. Change is much more important than just the hockey, too. There's a lot of other variables. There's economic impact that far outweighs what we have currently with the minor pro happening here.
Right.
And bringing future events into the arena, which is another key focus of this group.
So it's going to be more than just the hockey that's going to help Muskegon out in this case.
Oh, yes.
Excellent. I appreciate your time, Stacy.
Thank you, Stephen.
Take care. I'm here with Josh Mervis. I'm going to slip in my tongue
Welcome.
here. He's
Thank
the
you.
new owner or co-owner of the Lumberjacks because it's you and your dad.
Yes.
I've heard some criticisms about you guys. I want to give you an opportunity to comment because it's one of the things I've heard on the boards.
Sure.
Complaining about Battle Creek, that you guys went in demanding
Not
all
true.
these.
I read those.
Yeah, I read
those.
too.
First off, we went into Battle Creek. We were looking specifically at Kellogg Arena. I forget the gentleman's name who was the head of the CVB. We went in and we were interested in putting new pipes in the floor of Battle Creek Kellogg Arena.
Okay.
Specifically, the head of the CVB decided he wanted to have a referendum on a new arena and walked out and pitched a big new arena, which was DOA, dead on arrival.
Right.
I knew it was dead on arrival. Everyone in the room knew it was dead on arrival except for the gentleman who was the head of the CVB. And the minute he pitched it, I said, well, we're done here. We don't need to come back. Battle Creek's a nice city. Muskegon's a much better place for a USHL team. If there's a criticism of saying, okay, we go in and into various communities and we look.
Right.
You can't play hockey on a field.
No, you can't.
And you can't play it on the bay. You need an arena, and you need a high-quality USHL arena. If a community has one that can be refurbished, and in Battle Creek we were willing to contribute to make investment to refurbish Kellogg Arena. Building a $30 million multi-purpose arena? No, we can't do that, and it wouldn't be prudent to if we had those funds. It'd be crazy. No businessman is going to do that.
Exactly.
So if we're looking at towns that we think have the ideal demographics for the USHL, I make no apologies for that, and we'll pitch the USHL because we think it's a great league. If a community wants to build an arena, they shouldn't build it only for hockey. They need to build it for all the reasons you build a multi-purpose arena, to hold conventions, to hold concerts, to hold multiple sporting events, high school graduations, all of the things which I had currently go on in Walker Arena. Right, and that's why we're going to make investments in Walker Arena.
Excellent.
We want to improve the entertainment value for the paying customer. Period. And look, if you don't have a good venue, no one comes.
Your family's all about education.
Absolutely.
And how does that really merge with this USHL format?
Easy. The very best players, the Justin applicators, become National Hockey League players. The 99 or 98% of the rest of the players get college diplomas because they earn college scholarships. 60% of the league earns a scholarship every year. First time we've ever hit 200 scholarships in 1 year. No league like it anywhere on earth, not just in hockey, but there's no league like this in football or basketball or baseball. I mean, these are the best players in the world coming from all over, and guess what? They go to college, which enables them, if they don't make it into the NHL, guess what? Go play a couple years in the minors, get the hockey out of your system, and then you've got your diploma to fall back on.
Right.
You can go back to med school. You can go on to graduate school and get your MBA and get your JD. But now you have a chance in life.
Okay.
You have options. That's education.
So is there some requirements? Because these kids are leaving their homes. Do they have certain education requirements they have to
Absolutely, that
continue?
we are very strict. These players will have curfews that we call. These players are drug tested. We test. These players are, let me be clear, these players are in our Army, and we take that very seriously. Look, these are young people. Their parents are dropping them off with us.
Right.
I don't care if they're 18 or 19. Their parents drop them off with us. We're going to watch them. Now, are they young? Do young people do things you don't want them to do? Yeah, I think it's in their contract. I'm an adult. It's in my contract to catch them.
Can you name the teams that are in the USHL that we might be seeing
Yes.
here in Muskegon?
Yes, Youngstown, Ohio Phantoms. Ann Arbor is the U.S. national team. Green Bay is the Gamblers. Chicago Steel, Indiana Ice, Waterloo, Iowa Blackhawks, Cedar Rapids, Iowa Rough Riders, Dubuque Fighting Saints, Dubuque, Iowa, Sioux City, Iowa Musketeers, Des Moines Buccaneers. Then you move into Nebraska, Omaha Lancers, Lincoln Stars, Tri-City Storm. Tri-City is Kearney. And you go to South Dakota, you have the Sioux Falls Stampede, and into North Dakota with the Fargo Force.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Josh. I know I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next year. I'll be out there at the games.
I appreciate it. Thank you for your time.